I don't want windmills destroying our place. I don't want, these solar things where they go for miles and they cover up a half a mountain that are ugly as hell. And by the way, the panels are all made, and the windmills, they're all made in China.
Well, Trump has not changed his mind on renewable energy, and the president apparently has requested that Senate Republicans target renewable energy subsidies in their mega bill. Now, this has provoked Elon Musk to essentially reignite his very public feud with the president. So let's get into it. Now, we should first talk about what the bill is targeting in particular that has upset Elon Musk, because last Friday, Politico reported that President Donald Trump is urging Senate Majority Leader John Thune to crack down on tax credits, specifically for wind and solar energy, as part of the so-called big beautiful bill, that mega bill, that omnibus bill. Now, it looks like Thune is delivering for Trump, with Barron's reporting this morning that the bill would phase out tax credits for large-scale wind and solar projects by the end of 2027, earlier than in previous versions. Projects must now be in service by December 31st, 2027 to qualify. Now, the Senate bill also phases out tax credits for residential solar projects, as it did in the House version of the bill. But Senate Republicans went even further by adding, get a load of this, a tax on wind and solar energy. So how would that work? Well, the tax would apply to wind and solar projects completed after 2027 if they use a certain percentage of components from China, the industry's primary supplier of everything from critical minerals to batteries. Other forms of renewable energy, such as geothermal, hydropower, and nuclear, are not targeted by the bill. So as you can imagine, Elon Musk is super salty about this. He's been a longtime advocate of renewable energy, and now he's slamming the tax on wind and solar energy, posting on X that the latest Senate draft bill will destroy millions of jobs in America and cause immense strategic harm to our country. Utterly insane and destructive. It gives handouts to industries of the past while severely damaging industries of the future. Now, clearly he has his own personal conflict of interest here, but I think he's right in what he's pointing at. He also says, in response to a post saying by 2030, China could have the ability to produce enough solar and storage infrastructure each year to match the entire electricity generation capacity of the United States. Elon Musk quote tweets that and says, yes, the massive strategic error is being made right now to damage solar/battery that will leave America extremely vulnerable in the future. And he also replied, or I should say, he replied to this post by Ron Wyden, showing that Republicans are basically going to cut $930 billion in Medicaid in order to pay for major tax breaks for corporations. And he is, by the way, retweeting Thomas Massie, who says BBB, meaning big beautiful bill, equals our credit rating if this bill becomes law. Again, Musk retweeted that. I thought that was kind of clever. And he's threatening to essentially form a new political party to go after anyone who votes in favor of this legislation. He also says it is obvious with the insane spending of this bill, which increases the debt ceiling by a record $5 trillion, that we live in a one-party country, the Porky Pig Party. Time for a new political party that actually cares about the people. I would venture to say that Elon Musk is not an authority on who cares about the people of this country, but nonetheless, point taken about how this bill is a disaster for the American people.
Okay, so we're asking the poll in the live chat, is it time for a new political party to be formed? Okay, curious about your answers there. So now, they're both right and they're both wrong about Elon Musk and Donald Trump. So what are they right and wrong about? So is Elon Musk right that this bill is a disaster? Yes, absolutely. Is he right that it makes no sense to take subsidies away from a nascent industry that needs it to set up infrastructure and to give it to an industry that's been around for 110 years, is the most profitable industry in the world, and doesn't need any subsidies at all? Yeah, of course he's right about that. I mean, even if you don't agree that we should give subsidies to solar or wind or Tesla, right? Why are we giving 17 billion in subsidies to oil and gas? You literally have to pay for that. And by the way, just Ro Khanna did this bill where you could actually cut 12 trillion from the deficit, 12 trillion. And you don't lose anything. It's amazing. You think it's like magic, because it's not magic. You just stop giving everything to corporations, right? And so a friend of mine who was a traditional Republican watched that interview. He's like, I don't get it. That makes perfect sense. Why don't they do that? And among the many, many savings, and once you take out corporate subsidies and giveaways, is the oil one, oil and gas one. It's just, but isn't it interesting that other than Ro Khanna and Bernie Sanders, there's no Democrat that makes a big deal out of it? Like, why isn't leadership going, why are you giving this 17 billion away? Like, that's like more than 4 times the amount of money we normally give to Israel in any given year.
What leadership are you talking about? Are you talking about Hakeem Jeffries?
Hakeem Jeffries, Chuck Schumer.
I mean, they're both totally asleep.
No, they
put me to sleep.
Yeah, and the reason for that is, and you know, these donors complaining about, oh my God, I don't know about Kamala Harris in California. We did that story on Friday. Oh my God, Joe Biden lied to me. No, guys, Democratic donors, you pick empty vessels on purpose so that they will follow your orders. So then don't be surprised when Chuck Schumer and Hakeem Jeffries and Kamala Harris and Joe Biden are all empty vessels. That's why you chose them. If anyone has any interesting ideas, you go, oh, I'm not funding that. No, change, no way, I'm at the top, I don't want any change. That's why you have these loser Democratic leaders, because the donors pick them to be losers. So anyway, they love that these tax cuts for the rich are gonna pass. They're like, oh, golly gee, are they gonna pass again? Like they do every single time? Oh, when we get in, oh, there's nothing we can pass. The mighty parliamentarian has defeated all of our bills. Oh, the Republicans are right now, they're gonna pass everything, and there's nothing we could do, okay? So anyways, so Elon is right, there's no need for the oil and gas subsidies and coal. What are we doing with coal, right? But then Trump is right that Elon just wants his own subsidies and is super mad about it, right? So, and give Trump a little bit of credit for at least not listening to that donor. And that was his top donor at over $300 million, right? So a fair show in America. Now, having said that, they're both wrong. This is a giant disaster of a bill with all the corporate giveaways and all the giveaways for the rich. So would Elon change the bill so that it doesn't give away 1.1 trillion to people making above $500,000?
Of course not.
No way. Would he change it so that you end the $562 billion in corporate pork that's stuffed in there for no reason? Maybe if it's against some industries that compete against him, like oil and gas. But other than that, he's like, oh, I want the goodies, I want the goodies. So he's not doing it out of the goodness of his heart. He's like, I paid for my subsidies, not for their subsidies, and now I'm getting stiffed. Well, welcome to Donald Trump's career. That's what he always does. So they're both wrong. This bill sucks, and Elon Musk wouldn't make it any better. But I like that he's criticizing it, because the things he's saying about the downsides of the bill are true. Every time you ring the bell below, an angel gets his wings. Totally not true, but it does keep you updated on our live shows.